Look at this object. If a force is applied to this object in this direction to the right, and another force is applied to it in the northern direction, where will this object go? Your guess is as good as mine. This object will likely move in this direction. Welcome to Knowledge Base. In this video, we shall be looking at the effect of more than one force acting on an object. For this particular example, you will agree with me that if a thread was used to pull this object in this direction, and another thread was used to pull this object in this direction, and you are looking at it from a distance where you cannot see the threads, you will just see the object moving in this direction. It will appear as if someone is pulling the object in this direction. What this means is that the force acting on this object in this direction is representing the effect of this force and this force. So, when we have a single force that represents the effect of more than one forces, or rather more than one force acting on an object, that single force is described as the resultant vector, or you can say the resultant force. So, in this case, this green line is the resultant R of these two forces, these two red forces acting on this object. For something like this, we have different cases where we can find the resultant force acting on an object because as a result of more than one forces, or rather as a result of more than one force acting on that particular object. The first case we are going to consider is case 1, forces in the same direction. If this object is acted upon in the direction due east by a force of 4 Newton, and another force of 3 Newton is also acting on the object in the direction due east, you will agree with me that the resultant R will be equals to 3 plus 4, and that is equals to 7 Newton. It means a total force of 7 Newton is acting on this object. In what direction? Obviously, due east, in the eastern direction. Let's look at case 2, opposite direction. If a 5 Newton force is applied to the object due west and a 3 Newton force is applied to the object due east, what will the resultant be? For opposite direction, the resultant is equal to the difference between the forces, 5 minus 3, and that is equal to 2 Newton. What do you think will be the direction? Of course, it will be the direction of the larger force, and that will be 2 Newton due west. Now, case 3 would be this case here, a case where the two forces are acting at right angle to each other. We shall consider this case in our next video and other cases as well. So make sure you follow our page to watch this in our next video. Now let's look at this. If a force P plus 1 is acting on the object in this direction and another force P is acting on the object in this direction, what will be the resultant in magnitude and also in direction? Please put your answer in the comment section, and thank you very much for watching this video. Please like, share, and endeavor to follow our page for more. Bye.